Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg joining me courtside with our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Let's see some of the numbers here for Colin Sexton.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Let's check out Pittsburgh's starting lineup. We've got Hachimura. Red Van Vliet out there with Sexton. Then it's Sharp, and it's Wells. Well, we've seen some teams, Greg, stumble out of the gate to begin this season, still trying to find their footing, getting some traction.
And when you're not meeting expectations, the pressure ramps up. But as a team, you can't let it get to you, especially with time to turn things around.
On the wing, Levine. Hachimura grabs the miss. Here's Pittsburgh with the ball. Van Vliet outside. And the dunk by Hachimura.
That is big time by Hachimura. No mercy at all.
Harper the pass to Levine. Wells grabs the miss. Outside, Sexton. Into the lane. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. A three-pointer, no good. Levine up top, defended by Sexton. Wells with the steal. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Just another day doing what he does. Van Vliet lines it up and drills it.
Van Vliet's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. Here's Harper, and he banks in the layup.
The 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Van Vliet. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Harper kicks to Levine. Fires for three. The rebound by Sharp.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Van Vliet finds Sexton. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And a wide open look for Hachimura. From outside, off the mark. Gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And DeRozan. Here we go. And the dunk by DeRozan.
You know, it's really the defining part of DeRozan's game, driving the basketball hard at defenders, and he'll come right at you with athleticism and strength.
Now, here's Sexton. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York. Sharp with a screen on Levine. Baseline try. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Outside, Sexton. They get it back. Van Vliet passes to Hachimura. Hits the three-point bomb. Hachimura's got 5 points so far.
Hachimura was hoping the ball would come his way, and he was ready.
And for a guy who handles the ball so much, Fred Van Vliet really, Clark, takes care of the ball. He rarely turns it over.
Yeah, Freddie is steady, boy. I tell you, man, he is a guy who really squeezes that orange. You can trust him to push the pace and play slow and take care of it no matter what the circumstance is. I mean, his leadership, his clutch production, that guy is a coach's dream.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Van Vliet. Ball's through. He's now made 2 of 4. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Levine. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And over the years, Levine has put on the muscle, which helps him on those challenging finishes at the rim.
Now here is Hachimura. He's got 5. Van Vliet left side. Hachimura no good.
Defense that time, but they got lucky.
DeRozan inside. Covered by Wells. And here's Harper from the arc. Hachimura grabs the miss. And so Sexton will bring it up for Pittsburgh. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
Porter, no luck.
He converts those at a high rate, but not that time.
Wells in the corner. Van Vliet looking around. Harper against Sexton. Pass to Sharp. Lock at 6. Now Hachimura. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Harper. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Pittsburgh?
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the 3-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
Now here's Van Vliet. 5 points in the game. The shot by Sexton, no good. Harper dishes to Porter. There's the triple. Fred Van Vliet grabs the miss.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Josh Giddey's checked in for Harper. Gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. A crossover. Count it. Good.
Giddey making the defenders look like they're on ice.
Pittsburgh shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Pass to Wells. For 3, Van Vliet gets it to go from beyond the arc. Van Vliet's got 8 points.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Giddey against Hachimura. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here is Hachimura. He's coming off a 16-point game against New York. 6 to shoot. Outside, Sexton. From outside the arc, Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound.
He's had a hard time finding his shot this quarter.
Porter passes to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Van Vliet against Giddey. Outside, Sexton. Pass to Hachimura. Giddey against Van Vliet. Here's Sharp. There's the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Always putting on the show. Levine plays with flair and clearly one of the best dunkers in league history.
Levine's gone 50% from the field, 3 of 6. And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here.
Yeah, a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard last year.
You know, those were games where you thought they could get a win. But now they need to forget about it. It's in the past. Let it go. They've got to focus on the present. Try to make a better run of it this time.
Toumani Camara, he's checked in. Chris Dunn comes in for Fred Van Vliet. On defense, the home team. Here's Sexton. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Giddey goes in. Jams it in off the great move.
And he's got the speed to get away from defenders. Giddey turning on the Jets there.
Here's Dunn. Plays it up and banks it in. Dunn's got the game tied up here for Pittsburgh.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Giddey, no good.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now here is Hachimura. He's got 8. The shot by Sexton, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Giddey with it, defended by Sexton. Porter, no luck. Here's Hachimura. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
He's lifting up this team with his offensive output. What a big-time quarter for him.
Here's Giddey. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And he just kept working. Giddey felt the whistle coming and able to finish the play.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
And Pittsburgh with some changes. Jock Landale's checked in for Sharp. Harrison Barnes comes in for Rui Hachimura. And it's Lonnie Walker in for Sexton. Now here's Walker. Porter with the steal. Pass to Giddey. And here's Porter. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. The layup off target.
He's having trouble getting anything to go right now.
Walker against Porter. Barnes looking around. Done outside. Clock at 4. Releases. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Kamara. Bagley with the rebound. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Pittsburgh. 2. Takes the 3. Porter pulls it in. Trying to end the drought. Here's Giddey. Offensive rebound. Wembanyama. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Wembanyama's got his second bucket. All right, there's the horn. It's a close game at the end of 1. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Pittsburgh shooting under 40% all in all for the game. And Pittsburgh, looking at who they've got out there. John Landale's out there with Bagley. Then it's Chris Dunn. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's McGowan's in at the shooting guard. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
Check out the body control from DeRozan there, guys. I mean, clearly there's contact, but It's almost impossible to affect his shot.
Now, here's Dunn. Pass to Shannon. Right side Bagley. 6 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Dunn. Bagley with a screen on Rollins. Shannon passes to Landale. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Kamare misses. There's the steal. Sarr in the post. He's defended by Landale.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Landale pass to Shannon. Already a lot of talk about who's going to take part in the three-point contest this season, and here's a look at the players most likely to make it.
And so many great shooters in the NBA these days, and these guys, quite frankly, the best of the best. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a scoring record broken in this year's competition.
You take a look at Sexton. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
And Giddey gets it to go.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Done outside. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
That is just grown man, big boy work from Dunn inside. Incredible athleticism really aids him in getting these types of shots.
Now, here's Harper. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. Porter's checked in for Josh Giddey. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for DeMar DeRozan.
Well, as your career goes along, you naturally lose a little bit. But he takes great care of himself. He puts a lot of effort into his preparation, and he's smart about picking his spots. That's why he's still a factor out there on the offensive end.
Pass to Bagley. Now here is Hachimura. Back to Bagley. Done outside. Pittsburgh working the ball around. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing. Gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. The baseline J. Porter, no luck.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
At an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick.
Now here's Van Vliet. 8 points for him. And they're pushing it up. It's stolen by Bagley. Porter against Van Vliet. The 9-footer's on the mark. Van Vliet's got 10.
And what a tool for Van Vliet to have. We know he is great driving it, so when he's using the pull-up, it's really effective.
Kamare misses. Pittsburgh trails by 3. Here's Wells. Nice D from Porter.
Defense doing just enough right there. Sometimes that's all you need.
Harper against Van Vliet. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And that's all determination. Harper